Well, hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And my interview today is with Ken, a very special guest, Ultimate Music Theory Certified Teacher, Elite Educator. And he is all the way from Singapore, Singapore, Singapore. I'll let him tell you about that little joke. But welcome, Ken. How are you?
Hi, Gloria. I'm fine. Yeah, so
Great.
amazing to be here. And yeah, I'm so excited with this interview.
Yes. So just introduce yourself to everyone and tell us a little bit about your piano forte school of music.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ken Lim. I'm a pianist, accompanist, and UMTC Elite Educator. And I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of teaching. And I love teaching piano and theory. And I live in Singapore. And the funny thing about Singapore is it's because that it's like a city state, we don't have a state, we don't have a country, so it's all a city, state, and country all together. So that's why it's Singapore, Singapore, Singapore.
Yeah. I think we should write a little song about that. I kind of like the way
Yes,
you
yes, I think we should.
it would be fun. Would be really fun. So
Yep.
I'm just so excited, Ken, that the universe just kind of connected us. So can you tell me a little bit about how did you even come to find the UMTC Elite Educator program?
Oh, actually, a few years ago, I bought this course that I saw online that teaches the rhythm and rest.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was really, really impressed with, how you guys teach, the scoops and the beats and how do you explain how to group, rest correctly.
Yeah.
So I was really, really impressed, bought the course and I did the course and now I'm implementing it with my students and, yeah, I don't think a lot of theory books out there teach such concepts so
Yeah.
so clearly and so precisely.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. I think too, sometimes, as a music theory teacher myself, it was always such a challenge for me. Like I just couldn't figure stuff out. And I thought, well, I'm probably not the only person. And so it really put me on my path to wanting to not only figure it out for myself, but help other educators as well. And I think it's important to share. Just before we started recording, we talked about how passionate we are about, sharing knowledge with our students and serving other teachers as well. And can you share a little bit, Ken, about where your music business was before you signed up for the UMTC Lead Educator program?
so everything started before COVID came, and when COVID came, we had all these lockdowns and tighten measures and it's kind of picking up right now, so I'm very glad that UMTC came to me at such a time because we all as music educators need like a boost and positive reinforcement. So I think it was really a good start and it was timely, and I think the universe has its own time and I believe in that and everything will align and as you trust the process.
And you're so right, Ken. When you trust the process, sometimes we think, well, no, not now, no, not now. But then when we ask ourselves, well, what is holding me back? Because if you want to move forward, you need to trust the process. The universe has presented you with an opportunity to learn, to, professional development, to grow your business, to help you help others. And that's a really important step. And I think
Right.
sometimes we think about, well, how am I going to overcome this? And it's when we have community and like-minded people and support, that changes everything. Perhaps when you're looking back at the last few years, what was maybe an obstacle or a struggle that you were looking to overcome in your business to help you grow?
Well, I think it's our mindset, as I battle with my own mindset, but this course came at such a right time that I have to change my mindset, from fixed mindset. Now it's growing, and as we grow, we continue to grow, and it's I don't think we want to go back to that place anymore, and keep growing as an educator. And that's the only way to help our students. If we don't grow, how can our students grow with us?
I'm really glad that you said that, Ken, because sometimes I think it's one of the most important things we can do as educators is to continue to learn. Because I've seen many teachers who, will say, oh, I've been teaching for 30 years. And I think to myself, then you're probably pretty boring because you don't even understand all what goes through the nerves of, learning something new or doing an exam or everything that you go through. And for myself as a business coach, I'm constantly working with coaches. I've had coaches in my life for forever. It's what helps us to continue to go to the next level, always looking up and seeing how we can grow. So how did the UMTC Elite Educator program help you? And tell us that your exciting news, what you've just completed.
Well, I've just completed a video editing course, and it was so enriching, and I think it will help me, put out videos, edit videos, and, share with the rest of the group and also to the community. And so much we can do actually when we, you know, uh, when we upskill and we add value to our services and, and so much more. And so it's also exciting.
Well, one of the things I'm so proud of you, Ken, because first of all, you're an action taker and you're an implementer. And I love that about you, that you see an opportunity and you run with it. And the fact that you're doing this video course, which is a life skill, like it's not just going to be, oh, I'm just going to record a couple of videos. All those skills, I ran a video production company for 15 years. And just you and I were talking earlier about the universe. And who ever thought in a million years that me running a video production company for 15 years would serve me now with teaching online, doing global music summits, interviewing you. I'm in Canada, you're in Singapore. So, like it is amazing. And I'm so excited to see what you're coming up with. So what kind of videos are you going to be doing?
So I will I will first do a video of my studio, and and there's a story behind it. Without a story, our videos will be dead. So that's how we reach out to our community and to our students, and we tell a story. And we all have stories, right? So that's the way to go, I think. Yeah, and that's what I learned from the course.
Yes, absolutely. When we tell stories, stories are what sell. It's what is memorable. People resonate. You can watch, even when you think about watching a movie and they might be a little commercial in the middle. And if it's a really good commercial and it tells a story, that's memorable. And as you're
Right.
sharing your passion about your music school, how you started and what were your struggles and how did you succeed? And, you're a very successful man. How did you get to accomplish all of that? You want to share that story and that passion because you are an educator, you are a business owner, and you are a UMTC Elite Educator. But do you happen to have your Ultimate Music Theory certification certificate with you, sir?
Yes, it's right here.
Yay! I was so proud of you and so happy to mail that out to you in Singapore, Ken. It's a wonderful accomplishment. And I know you worked really hard at going through all of the modules. And how did that reflect back into your teaching?
I think it was quite a journey, even with our students, it is a journey. It's a musical journey. I just had a student parent write me a testimonial, and
Nice.
she was so complimentary, and she thought it was like a wonderful musical journey with her kids for
Yeah.
over 5 years, and they had to relocate. So yeah, it was really nice to get such a note.
Yes, absolutely. And those testimonials are really important to continue to grow your
Right.
business, right?
Yes,
And are you
yes.
and are you going to continue with teaching online or do you like to be 100% in person? What works for you?
I think my mindset growth now, is leaning towards more online teaching, perhaps,
Yes.
because of all the, we never know what's going to happen
Yes.
the next day, with, we just don't know. So we have to, think out of the box,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
And I think too, when we look at, and because you're in the Elite Educator program, when we look at the group that we have, they're a global community from yourself in Singapore, Zimbabwe, South Africa, New Zealand, the US, Canada, Hong Kong. I'm probably missing a few countries in there. But when I look at all of us in all different countries, and some of these educators are teaching students that are in different countries as well, right? Such as Liana, she's got, students in 3 different countries. So we know it's possible to make a lot of money being a music educator, teaching online. Just be open to it, right? Doesn't mean you have to do it forever, but just open to possibilities.
Yes,
And
open to possibilities is right. I believe in that. We cannot say or think, oh, I have to do it in such a way, No, you never know what the universe, gives. So we have to be open to possibilities.
I think we get bored with ourselves otherwise too, right? If you just do the same.
Right. I know. It has to be different, like I teach lessons so different for every child, every student, it never is the same. And
Yes,
it can never be the same if we are creative beings, and we are creative beings.
we are. We really are. So what's coming up next for you in your business now? You're going to be setting up your video. You're looking to get some organic traffic. What's the big plan?
There are so many plans right now. I plan to be on Instagram and all the social media platforms. It's really overwhelming, but I'm taking it one step at a time. And as the UMT method teaches us to go by the stepping stone method.
Yes.
So I'm taking it one at a time, and although it's still overwhelming, but it's really exciting. It's an exciting journey. Yeah.
And I think I'm glad that you said that you're taking it one step at a time, because right now there's so many shiny objects. We can do Facebook, Instagram. Are we going to do TikTok? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? Are we going to have a YouTube channel? And then you will end up accomplishing nothing because you're just a squirrel. But
right.
Focus on mastering. It's, think about your own craft. You didn't do everything that you're doing now. Now you're doing video productions. You teach piano, you're teaching theory, you set up your music school, you're creating marketing materials, you're doing all of these things, but that was started.
So much.
Right? You first were a probably piano, then theory, did your certification course, doing video production, doing marketing. That's how you grow a really successful business, is mastering that art, right? And really it's about total immersion. When we immerse ourselves in learning a craft, that's when we get really good at it, rather than doing too many things, right?
That's right.
A little bit about what's, you've talked about some of your marketing, and I'm so excited that because when you're doing all of what you're going to do, Ken, the universe is going to go, okay, you are really doing all this, and all these students are going to come towards you. And that's why it's great to have options to say, well, you're not even from the same country that I am, but because you found me because of my marketing skills and my videos, I do have online courses, so you can really extend your offerings, right?
Right. Yeah. Infinite possibilities, I would say, and it's happening.
Yay. So can you share with us, Ken, how has the UMTC Elite Educator program maybe changed how you're thinking about business?
Well, I think the coaching calls were so wonderful. As you know, I cannot attend most of it, but I still watch the replays and I'm getting caught up with it.
Good.
And it's been like such positive reinforcement. And I think the group collectively is positive, loving, kind, and I'm really enjoying every moment,
Yeah.
I may not be there, like in person live, but, when I watch it again, it's, we need all this positive reinforcement in our, in ourselves, and, so we can continue growing.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes we think about too, we all have that little persona that,
We do.
Sometimes it has another conversation. Can you just elaborate a little bit about that, so our audience knows what we're talking about?
So when I joined UMTC in December, this was the thing that struck me, and I began working on it, and I was thinking about it a lot. So I think from that time until now, I've grown myself, from that fixed mindset to that growth mindset, maybe about 50%, and it's not the end. I'm still growing, and so I think that UMTC group impacted me that way. So
I'm so happy to hear that, Ken. How does that feel for you now?
I think I'm a different person, really. It's just a willingness to let go of our old ways of doing things, and you have to move forward, never backwards, and never look backwards. Yeah. So that's where I am now.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Ken. It takes courage. It takes courage to
Yes.
to move into that step, because we have that little persona, that little thing that sits on our shoulder says, you can't do it, or no
Yeah.
one's going to believe you. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are? And that negative voice. And if we can just have the conversation with that little persona and say, I hear you, but watch me. Right. So
Right. Right.
you've taken
And
that.
let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And you just have to open up to possibilities. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's so many things that, we maybe never thought would be possible. And yet when you take a step, the universe takes two.
Yes.
Take another step, and before you know it, wow. But it's just to keep going and to keep going. So
Keep stepping forward. Yeah. I
yeah,
would say. Yeah.
absolutely. So what was your biggest takeaway in going through the Elite Educator program?
I think the NLP technique, and yeah, I think that's the number one takeaway for me. And I think the change of our mindset, as we continue to grow, and we are impacting our students too with this. So that's why we are learning all these things. So I urge, all music educators to consider this.
Yes. One of the things you said just now, Ken, which is so important, is that your students may not share with you, but they see and recognize a change and a shift in how you're thinking, running your business, how you're teaching, engaging them, supporting them in continuing to learn and to have fun, right? And still be
Yes.
engaging. There's that fine line where I've heard some educators say fun and practicing were never in the same sentence, for me, right? But
As I'm implementing this, with my students, I already see a change in them. So because the change starts with me,
yes,
and now it's impacting the students, and it's really nice to see, that your students are growing like that. So yeah, that little bit I want to share.
yeah, bravo. And you were sharing with me too that when you're talking to the parents now and it's saying, well, could you give me a little testimonial, or how are what are your thoughts or things, and what results have you been getting from your parents of your students?
They have been really encouraging. Even my past students, I've been in touch with them. I was sending out some information about UMT, and they were also encouraging. That it was like, before that, right? Your little self will say, "Oh, you sure they're going to,
Yes.
even want to look at this?" But no, they were like so encouraging. I was really stunned. I was shocked.
Well,
You
and
see
something
where that little self, can,
that little Ken, that little
I
Ken.
know, little Ken, but not anymore.
Well, I'm so proud of you, Ken. I mean, I've seen change you talk about NLP. So NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, which we talk about modalities and submodalities and learning styles. And I'm very aware of physiology, which is 70% of our communication is physiology. It's how we hold ourselves. And I've seen such a change in even your physiology. in your confidence, you know,
Thank
and just how you're speaking, and the fact that you're taking a video production course now to go, well, yeah, I'm growing my business. I need to be shooting videos. I need to learn about that, how to speak into the camera, what to say, how to finish my sentence. Like there's so many little things that how
Right.
would you know, right?
Yes.
So, you know, I'm just so proud of you, and you're continuing to do this, and your students are watching you with wide eyes going like, look at him. Like this is, I'm kind of, you know, this is my teacher right here. And that's how you grow your business successfully.
Yeah.
Yep. Amazing. So what would you say to someone who's thinking about taking the UMTC Elite Educator program?
I would urge them to, seriously consider, because I've been to so many groups, right? I don't think anyone does, all this music business the way, UMTC does. So, it's really, uh, a worthwhile experience, I would say, and even for me, I have not gone through all the modules in the, the elite program yet, so there's a wealth of material in there, and it's worth investing the time, and because we're investing in ourselves, so I have no regrets. So
Well, thank you so much, Ken. And I do appreciate you saying investing in yourself, because
yes,
that's really what it's all about, isn't it? Is
it
that
is. It is.
when we take a step and invest in yourself, it's not just about your business. You're not just buying a computer. It's not just a piece of furniture, but it's this, right?
Right. Correct.
It's taking
Yeah.
little Ken with you, who's sitting right here on your shoulder, but moving forward with confidence, growing your business, and bringing all that joy to your students. I mean, I'm sure they're so proud of you, and I just can't wait to see the growth in your business, and what's all going to be happening for you next. So where are you thinking, what's your goal for your next 90 days? So what's going to be coming up for you?
So my next 90 days will be, all this business setup, and it's so many things in the making.
Yes.
So yes, so stay tuned, all the UMTC Elite Educators. There'll
Okay.
be a lot of stuff out there, yeah, to share with you all.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Ken. And you can find
Thank
Ken
you, Tori.
on Facebook as well. And you can check him out on our Facebook page, Ultimate Music Theory. And I want to say congratulations again. And thank you for sharing your story and inspiring not only your students, but the parents of your students, and also fellow educators that are, looking for other ways to grow, and they see your success and it inspires them. So thank you for your inspiration. I'm very grateful.
Thank you, Glory, for your time.
Thank you.